All right, well, we know we're getting really close to spring and summer. The Blake Jones Trout Derby taking place this Saturday. Now, festivities will be at the Tri-County Fairgrounds, fishing, Pleasant Valley Reservoir, and the Owens River. Now, David Woodruff, author of Tales Along El Camino Sierra, gives us this insight into Blake Jones.
Today's episode, Eastern Sierra legend Blake Jones. The Blake Jones Fishing Derby has been drawing anglers to the Bishop area since 1968. Sponsored by the Bishop Chamber of Commerce with over $10,000 in prizes, having a great time is a sure thing at this Eastern Sierra landmark event. But you may wonder, just who is Blake Jones? Blake Jones, along with his wife Peggy, were legendary anglers of the Eastern Sierra. They were the type of people who would never hesitate to stop along the road and just to help people fish. They might hand someone a jar of bait and show them how to use it. As good a fisherman as Blake was, many times Peggy would outfish him. One of Blake Jones' lasting legacies is his creation of a bottled cheese bait that would stay on the hook when immersed in water, which was unique when he introduced it in the 1950s. It was Jones' foresight that led to the later creation of Berkeley power bait style of flavored baits. Blake and Peggy occasionally would lead locals and visitors on guided trips into the mountains. Ever the community activist, Blake took his knowledge to help promote Bishop and the entire Eastern Sierra at trade shows throughout California. Folks in Bishop couldn't say enough about Blake and Peggy. They were real supporters of the Eastern Sierra in the highest fashion. The Blake Jones Fishing Derby got its start in 1968 when the Bishop Chamber manager at that time got the idea of a blind bogey tournament from the Fishing and Hunting News. Blake not only created interest in fishing in the Sierra, he would also weigh fish at the Derby and help to get prizes for the event from local sponsors. He would also guide sports and travel riders when they came to the area and appeared on numerous sports show programs on television as well. The Chamber decided to name the Derby after Jones because of the superhuman contribution he made to the area. But unfortunately, Jones passed away just before the Derby took his name. Blake Jones sets the classic example for all of us when it comes to Eastern Sierra hospitality and community involvement. Thank you, Blake and Peggy Jones, for all you've done to make everyone's life a little better here along El Camino Sierra.
All right, great stuff by our friend David Woodruff, whose Tales Along El Camino Sierra Volume 2 will be available soon. You can also hear David's tales during our Eastern Sierra News Monday through Friday, 92.5, 96.5 FM Sierra Wave Radio. Blake Jones Trout Derby Saturday. Going to have over $10,000 worth of cash and prizes, float tubes, rod, reels, gift certificates, local shops, restaurants. There's a lot of prizes out there. The Blake Jones Trout Derby is a blind bogey format, categories for adults and kids of all ages. And in addition to the blind bogey awards, there will be many other prizes. You can sign up online, bishopvisitor.com. Stop by the Bishop Chamber on North Main Street. Well, this should be a very cool event. The Mono County Sheriff's Office and the Mammoth Lakes Fire Department on Friday, a St. Baldrick's event at the Mammoth Lakes Fire Station on Main Street. That'll start at 3 p.m. Mono County Sheriff Ingrid Braun and several deputies shaving their heads in support of funding childhood cancer research. Now, before her head is shaved, Sheriff Braun will cut off 20 inches of her hair to be donated to a charity that creates wigs for kids who have hair loss. The St. Baldrick's Foundation is a volunteer and donor-powered charity committed to supporting the most promising research to find cures for childhood cancers and give survivors long and healthy lives. Now, the event honors a local 6-year-old boy, Bodie, who was diagnosed in February with stage 3 Burkitt's lymphoma, rare and fast-growing cancer that, when found in Bodie, was doubling in size daily. Due to the rarity of this disease, it is of the utmost importance to Bodie's mother to raise awareness and fund childhood cancer research in hopes of preventing future little ones from experiencing such burdens. Now, that press release notes the event open to the public, encouraged to come and watch the shaving, support Bodie and his family, maybe donate any amount you can. Anyone interested in also having their head shaved can email the St. Baldrick's coordinator at the Mono County Sheriff's Office, pio@monosheriff.org. For more information, there's also the website, stbaldricks.org, and we'll note that Bodie has a GoFundMe account to help support him and his family during treatment. Well, Mammoth Lakes Repertory Theater Artistic Director Sherida Brobner announced a unique partnership with Leah Webb of Adventure Hub to co-produce a series of presentations entitled Mountain Culture Month throughout March. The next speaker in this series coming up this Saturday at the Edison Theater, Doug Robinson. Doug Robinson is known as the father of clean climbing. Speak about his recent book, The Alchemy of Action, which proposes a novel explanation for the risks that adventure athletes undertake, that the chemical reactions in the climber's brain are the same as those created by psychedelic drug use. Delving into the brain chemistry behind the adventurer's euphoria, Doug Robinson will share the intriguing story behind why climbers are so much more than adrenaline junkies. Full press release is on our website, sierrawave.net, and you can see Mammoth Lakes RepertoryTheater.org for tickets and more information. Speaking of tickets, upcoming production, the musical Mamma Mia by Playhouse 395. Those tickets are going on sale Saturday. Mamma Mia will have huge song and dance numbers, a press release notes. Takes place during the last weekend in April and the first 2 weekends in May. Shows Friday, Saturday, and the first 2 Sundays at the Bishop Union High School Dorothy Joseph Auditorium. You can get all the information, including tickets, playhouse395.com. We'll be back with a weather report.